Good day everybody and welcome back to my channel, Viking Gamer. And in today's adventure we're diving back into Star Trek Online. Got a couple of missions on the go while testing out the new ship. And just trying to remember what I did last time. So I decided to stick with this suite complete. I actually should take a proper look at these and describe them to you properly. The Plasma Bombard Auto Turret. Deals plasma damage. Fires an additional shot at one random target within 5 kilometers. Accuracy rating 20. .5 chance. 2 kilometer radius at target. Plasma damage per yield. 2-second recharge. More details. Now, as part of the set, because it's a 3-piece set, look at the other pieces of the set individually first. Console, universal, hatchery. Plus 2.1% maximum hit points to the ship. 1.8 resistance to control abilities of other ships. Plus 2 max all power subsystems, does not stack with other max increases. Part of the control defense pact, which is of 3 pieces. The torpedo launcher, which I don't particularly like because it just takes way too long to fire this torpedo. Plasmatic bombarder torpedo. Oh, wait a minute, is that part of the same set? Yeah, it's part of the same set. Basically just deals a ridiculous amount of damage, but it recharges very slowly, and I can't be doing with that. So anyway, so I've now broken up that set. With 2 pieces of the set, I get plus 4.5 plasma damage, plus 3 kinetic damage resistance rating, so I'm a bit harder to damage with kinetic damage, and plus 3 physical damage resistance rating. And if I had all 3, I'd be getting, while above 90% hull gain, plus 10 all damage and armor penetration, and radius of plasma bombard weapons projection arc increase. But no, I'm not going with a 3-piece set on that. The other 3-piece set, which includes the omnidirectional beam and the omnidirectional beam, the torpedo, and this console. We'll start with the console. Auto deploy an automated drone to assist, 30-second recharge, okay, more details. Doesn't actually say what it's armed with and what damage it does. But I believe it's plasma weaponry. Okay, omnidirectional plasma beam, so basically that's got a 360-degree arc, whereas the plasma cannons, regular plasma cannons, they only fire in a 45-degree arc in front of the vessel. These turrets have a 360-degree arc as well, and the torpedoes have a 90-degree arc in front of me. A regular plasma beam like this, they have a 250-degree arc, either to the back or to the front, depending on where you've placed it. And the little kinetic cannon, that's again 360. I'm actually going to put that one to the back and bring another one of the plasma cannon, dual plasma cannons to the front, because I want more dual plasma damage. But anyway, back to what this particular omnidirectional beam does. Plasma damage. Romulans love the plasma damage. 2.5% chance for 15 seconds, minus plasma and kinetic resistance to the enemy. So that's good. This torpedo, which has a 4-second recharge, which is really fast, but not as much kinetic damage as other torpedoes. Same chance of weakening the ship, the enemy ship that the other weapon had. The omnidirectional beam, that is. And we already looked at the little console there. And because I've got the whole set, with a 2-piece set, on a critical, on a crit or miss, oh, that's interesting, fire, so either if I miss or or I score a crit, fire a bolt at the target dealing 164.9 plasma damage, max 2 per second, and with all 3 pieces, target self, 2-minute recharge, 100% firing cycle, haste for weapons for 12 seconds. So that's a triggerable ability that I've got to do myself. The other party trick, the thing that actually came with the ship, this Plasma Lance, 2-minute recharge, so it takes a while, but basically I deal a very heavy plasma bolt worth of damage in the front of the vessel. Now just have a little look at the abilities for the there's one ability here I was looking for. That's this brace for impact. That's the Plasma Lance ability, which I put 2 side by side there so I don't forget it. Got the cloaking ability there. So this is actually an ability that I can trigger. So I'll put it in twice so I don't forget about it. Lock tray. Okay, so that's the arrangement we're going to rock and roll with for a bit. Because I don't need too many weapons concentrating on covering the rear arc, though these 3 weapons here, they're not just covering the rear arc, they're covering the front as well. Whereas everything here is just covering the front arc. Okay, and once I get to a higher level, this slot and this slot will unlock, and we'll be able to equip more items. But for now, I want to get more accustomed to the ship before starting to equip more stuff. Anyhow, without further ado, let's go and check out this next mission, because we had some investigation to do into some possible weapon smuggling. And just check out Verdi's ability. I can now deploy a ground turret with my technical abilities and a shield recharging module, which will recharge my shields, which is good. One of the kittens has come over and started squeaking to me. Oh, come on, you can jump up on my lap. Come on. Okay, now I have 2 cats on my lap. No, don't jump on the keyboard. Okay. Begin the price of neutrality. Pardon me. Okay, Centurion. We have visual on the enemy ships, but they do not see us. We can try to open a hailing frequency with them, or we can launch a surprise attack. You should know, however, that any attempt at diplomacy will give them time to alert any other patrols in the area to our presence. Your orders? Let's have another look at the mission briefing. Going to hail them. Hailing frequency open, sir. No response yet. They might be waiting to strike, or they may respond when we get closer. Continue.
Finally, some proper sport. These scavengers have hardly been worth our time. But a ship like yours, that is a fine prize. Power up your weapons and engines. Make this a proper hunt. You can run or stand with your Klingon allies. Whatever you choose, you die.
Okay, not the mission I thought it was. I thought we were investigating the weapons smuggling. No, we're checking out the raids on the mining colony. I'm here about the colony. We know you're getting weapons from there. So we're basically doing both missions together. Okay.
Why would we need the worthless weapons of our cowardly prey? Your Klingon masters have sent you on a fool's errand.
I think you'll find that the RRW wainscoting is more than a match for you.
Now you are starting to sound like a Klingon. Good. Let the hunt begin.
Okay, someone's inviting me to fleet. I got another fleet in mind I want to join, so I shall decline. I will have to sort that out soon. Okay, red alert. more ships nearby, we'll need to... something, something, something. I say we need to cloak. Do the sneak attack thing. And try out this console, which lets us do the extra firing. Hydrogen gas while we're here. Ooh. Probe or satellite or something. Well hidden. Getting too close to the planet. They just shot my probe. How rude. Just holographic decoys that don't deal much, if any, damage. Okay, the area around the planet is secure, sir. Dropping into standard orbit. Sensors have picked up an area near the colony site on the surface that is being blockaded from our access. They're definitely hiding something. Will you beam down close to the area? We'll beam you down close to the area, but if I were you, I'd expect some sort of trap. Beam down. Right, do we want to take the new guy with us? I'll take Tovon again. Though normally you leave your first officer on board ship. But I'll accept for now. Centurion, we are able to get a better read on the colony now that you're on the ground. The colony seems to be partly made up of Uridians. Seems to be primarily made up of Uridians. That's the species that we're dealing with here. We're still not detecting any weapons, but our sensors are still being jammed by something on the ground. Our best option will be to ask the colonists for information. Understood. So I need to have some separate officers for ground and some for the ship, because she's talking to me from the ship, but she's right here. The immersion breaking problems of having a small crew. Anyway, I shall activate my tribbles. You can only have one set of tribble abilities going at a time, but one of them gives me marks. And this one gives me additional run speed when it can appear. Oh, there you are. Spiky little thing. Go ask someone else. Okay. I'll go ask someone else then. Go away. Just leave me be. The colony, yeah, it's nice. Nothing unusual. Leave us alone, alright? Very friendly. Why are you hiding up here? What does the Romulan Republic want with us? What do you want? Okay, open gates. Welcome to my colony, Centurion. Ah, Remans. Speak with Lotrex.
Ah, another refugee of Romulus. Welcome. I am the leader of this small band. You may call me Lortrix. I assume you were behind destroying those Erogen ships around the planet. We're all very thankful for that. The Erogen have been bothering us for quite some time. I would hate to think what would have happened if you didn't arrive when you did.
Sorry about my cough there. What do you do here on this colony?
We mainly supply merchant ships with various minerals, and we have a small ore refining operation. It's not much, but it keeps us alive. The Erogen have been harassing us for quite some time, unfortunately. They want to use our facility to manufacture weapons. You and I both know what will come of that. And no one here wants to get involved in someone else's war. You understand, don't you?
I believe you, Lord Trex. The colony seems safe. I don't believe you. Believe your story, Lord Trex. Well, I'm here to investigate, so yeah, I'm sorry I don't believe you.
I apologize if there has been something to make you distrust us. My chief engineer is nearby. He's honest to the point of conflict. He and I have had our disagreements, but I can rely on him to always give his opinion. Why don't you speak to him? I'll walk with you.
That's suspicious that he will walk with me to the guy that will tell the truth. Talk to the chief engineer. Very well, I will speak with the chief engineer. So he's coming with his entourage as well. Yes, we fix things by shooting them with lasers. Okay, speak with the chief engineer.
Greetings. I overheard your conversation with Lorches. I can assure you that the colony is not doing any sort of business with Erosion. We can barely keep food in our mouths, and the mine running, let alone supply massive weapons for spaceships. I'm doing my best here with limited resources, but at times, even that isn't good enough. Just the other day we had an accident that destroyed half of our mining equipment, leaving us crippled until the next merchant ship passes through. Look, to be blunt, we're the ones that need help. We're not in much shape to help anyone else.
I'll take that into consideration. Are you convinced, Centurion? Let's have a look at these crates of things. Scan cargo. Some interesting behavior over there. Let's go talk to him. Scan nearby snow pile. Your tricorder scans show that the snow pile is not firmly packed. A tactical officer would need to be able to figure out a way to use this to their advantage. Hello, little man.
What do you want? I'm not bothering anyone, I swear.
You're acting awfully suspicious for someone not bothering anyone.
I'm sorry. Look, they told me to send a message when you were done scanning the cargo. I don't know anything. I don't know why they told me that. All I know is that I see people using the consoles nearby. That's it.
Don't cause any more trouble. Who's pointing at what? Looking up and pointing. Okay. Well, things are definitely not as they seem. Scan defense turret. This turret looks like it was overloaded. Looks like several waves of the mirror system were fired due to... Looks like several wires of the mirror system were fried due to cold. Your engineering training will allow you to easily repair it and set up the turret so that it will attack anyone hostile to you or your team. That could be handy. Oh, there happens to be some gas here. I'd better investigate this gas. Yes, I'd better take this away. It could have been attracting corrosions. Yes, definitely. Okay, what do we have here? Activate computer.
Unlock failed.
Centurion, that camera looks rickety. You can disrupt its... You can disrupt it with your tricorder. Oh dear, how did that happen? Centurion. Tricorder scans are picking up a heavy concentration of electromagnetic and gamma radiation to the southeast of our location. According to this computer, the colony's buildings in that area are residential dwellings. I find that unlikely. The amount of radiation I'm detecting would be unhealthy for most species. They're hiding something. Yeah, radiation and habitation don't go well together. We'll check it out. Prepare yourselves. Open hidden door. Okay, missiles or bombs or... ooh, Iconian stuff. Collect Iconian weapon. Ooh.
This might be just what we need to access the Iconian Gateway network. Until we are able to stop the Iconians and their heralds from appearing wherever they want, there is no place in this galaxy that will be safe from them.
Continue. Okay, let's see what the computer up here says. Be on your ready, guys. This is a good place for an ambush. Actually switch to a heavier weapon. Okay, shipping manifests. This colony is supplying weapons to the Hirogen. They are receiving weapons from other colonies. From other colonies scattered about the neutral zone and across the entire sector. And this present targeting information. Some of these weapons could be used against Republic friendly targets. Centurion. My tricorder just registered an odd low band disturbance, a low band subspace signal. I think accessing this computer may have triggered something. Continue.
We have them trapped in the warehouse.
Excellent. Activate the transport inhibitors to stop them from beaming out.
Very well. Do you have any further orders?
Just stay out of our way while we subdue the prey.
Okay, and set up turret, drop some mines. Lightning bolt. lightning bolt's quite powerful. Yeah, that little turret's good. Okay, trying to sort out the magnetic field so we can beam out later. Okay, I think that's dealt with. Target the middle guy. Lightning bolt again. Yeah, lightning bolt gets 4 guys in a row. At least at this level. Yes. The power of my antennas. Okay, indicating that someone's still here. I think I've already collected that.
This might be just what we
Yeah,
need.
same interaction. Okay, I've got to get more of a disruptor field computers down. I could also steal some of their gas. Okay, something's not working. So either this ice maze is a little bit more complicated than I thought, or I've just hit a game bug. So follow the wall to the right and keep doing so. Aha! That's what I had to do. I had to actually take it out. Okay. Now to get to the guy that's near where we... the guy that's in charge of this place. I didn't catch half that. Oh! Ow! Strange little psychic abilities through his eyes.
You're good. Very good. But do you think this will change anything? I spit on you and the Republic. Traitors to your own people. To die like this.
Why are you doing this?
You terrorists. You care nothing for the common people. The Talshar, they protect us, make us stronger. You either choose a side, or you die. Surrounded by the dogs of war, supported by no one. Even in death, I stand by my choice. Leave me to die.
Well, I do want to try and win some hearts and minds, so I'll transport him to sickbay. See if we can change his mind. And is that a standard Remun ability to sort of like shoot beams out of your eyes like that? Hello, new guy. Centurion. A situation is developing. We are tracking multiple enemy ships on approach at high warp, and estimate they will be in the system within a few minutes. For your safety, we would like to request that you return to the bridge immediately. Sounds like a good idea to me. Beam up. Centurion. The incoming fleet will be on us at any moment. Reinforcements will be here shortly, but not before we are under attack. There is a deactivated turret nearby. We could load it and use it to help us hold out until reinforcements arrive. Understood. Good thinking. Yay, Klingons have arrived to help. Tractor beam. Okay, get my decoys going.
To be assigned to you. You know the joy of a good fight. Finish your business here. I will be patrolling for any stragglers.
Understood. Okay, that's not us.
When you tripped our monitoring program, the Star Empire sent me to investigate. Our intel said you were part of the terrorist cell on Veronot, but your actions here suggest otherwise. I'm here to make you an offer. Renounce your terrorist allies and come with me and fight for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire. I am authorized to grant you amnesty for your past crimes if you agree to serve the Empire again. If you agree, we would like you to remain within Titan's terrorist cell for the time being. He trusts you. The intel you could gather would be very valuable. The Empire rewards its loyal children well, but it also punishes its enemies. Consider your decision carefully.
Join you? I don't even know you. Why have you been watching me? Join you? I don't even know you.
Charva. You can't trust her. I know her too well for that. We grew up together. I was her friend. But that's all over. It ended the day she joined the Tal Shiar.
Tal Shiar. That explains a lot.
Hello again, Tovan. It's been too long since we were together. Yes, it is true that I am a member of the Tal Shiar. We are the last real protectors of the Romulan people. I have been monitoring this colony since before you arrived. Lortrix was a fool. This is what happens when you're not true to your allegiance. He was selling weapons to anyone who wanted to buy, with no thought to their allegiances. Just like Viranot.
Continue.
In the end, it cost him everything. Your blood, your heritage, that's who you are, where you belong. Anything else is only temporary. I'm here to remind you and your captain of this truth. Now join us before it's too late.
I'm not like Vertox, but I will not abide with the Tal Shiar. I will not side with the Tal Shiar.
You don't understand yet, but you will. The Romulan Republic is a terrorist organization. Datan and his followers are inciting Romulans and Remans to take up arms against the legitimate government of the Romulan Star Empire.
Continue.
Think about it. The military and the Tal Shiar are the only means of guaranteeing security for those of us who survived the destruction. The military has the ships and the manpower. The Tal Shiar has the information and the intelligence network. This new homeworld Datan wants is an illusion. Why start over in contested space near the Federation and the Klingon Empire? Why would Datan choose a system in such a turbulent and dangerous area, unless he knew he could guarantee they wouldn't risk attacking him? He certainly isn't going to do that with pretty words.
Datan is a peaceful man. The Republic has diplomatic ties with the Federation and the Klingon Empire.
Datan may have you fooled, but don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Why do you think that Chaltok is shipping weapons? And they're not the only colony world involved in those kinds of operations. You think that this sort of business wasn't going on elsewhere? Perhaps even on Viranot, right under your nose.
Continue.
Datan's only showing you what he wants you to see. I can show you the things that the Republic is trying to hide. Believe me, or don't. You don't have to trust me. Just trust the evidence. When you are ready to learn more, I'll be ready to show you.
I don't trust you, and this conversation is over. We encountered the Hirogen. I thought they worked for the Tal Shiar. We encountered the Hirogen. I thought they worked for the Tal Shiar.
It's true. The Tal Shiar has employed Hirogen contractors from time to time for certain tasks. But the Hirogen are the Empress's allies, not her slaves. They are free to do what they wish.
I don't trust you, and this conversation is over. Centurion, the ship has gone to warp. The chief medical officer reports that Lotrex didn't make it. He attacked the medical team because they were the enemy. He was sedated for treatment, but he was too far gone. Do you want to talk to Chev now that about the Tal Shiar? Yes, I want to talk to you. I do.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close. There's a lot of history between us, but all that's really important is that we went separate ways. She thought that the Tal Shiar could ensure security for our people, and I didn't. It's just bringing up a lot of old feelings.
Go down these in order, perhaps. What do you know about Charvus?
As I mentioned, we have a turbulent past. We grew up together. Once, I thought we might have a future together. Those were in the dark years after the destruction of the homeworld. We survived, but it tore us apart. I just wanted to make a new start. She was convinced that nowhere was safe. She kept talking about working with the military or the Tal Shiar. I argued that the only way we'd be safe was to be able to stand up for ourselves.
Continue.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close. There's a lot of history between us, but all that's really important is that we went separate ways. She thought that the Tal Shiar could ensure security for our people, and I didn't. It's just bringing up a lot of old feelings.
What do you think of her claims?
I don't believe Datan is a terrorist. I think he's an idealist who's trying to come to terms with the chaos. Datan would never knowingly sanction violence, especially against innocents. He doesn't even like us fighting the Tal Shiar, although he sees the need. But Datan isn't the only person making decisions in the Republic. Maybe there are some people who see the Republic as their chance to have a little revenge. I don't know.
That kind of makes sense to me.
I think Charva is wrong about Datan and the Republic, but that doesn't mean it's outside the bounds of possibility that someone has taken things too far, or has a secret program that Datan doesn't know about. If she knows something that we don't, we should try to find out what it is.
Continue.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be
Can we
quite
trust her? I
close.
think the answer to that's going to
There's
be
a
no.
lot of history between... Well, Charva's not a bad person. At least she wasn't. But she is misguided. She's turned a blind eye to the excesses of the Tal Shiar, and she probably doesn't even know about most of them. The Tal Shiar are masters of propaganda, after all. I think that anything she tells us is going to be something that the Tal Shiar wants us to hear. We should gather our own evidence and draw our own conclusions.
Continue.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close.
That's all we need
There's
to
a
know.
lot of
Okay, depart system.
Your findings are distressing. I'll pass this along to Republic Command. As for Charva, I think the best course of action right now is to wait for her next move. If she's really desperate to make her case, she'll contact you again. If she does, keep me informed. Nadell out.
Okay. Choose one of the following. There's only one to choose. Collect reward.
Time is short. Congratulations, Centurion.
Sectors of Nimbus.
After what you've been through, I wouldn't blame you if you decided to take a leave of absence. But you seem to be recovering from the vestiges of indoctrination as well as can be expected. I hope you're feeling better. The psychologists assure us that the nightmares and flashbacks will pass. At the moment, we're trying to follow up on scattered intel regarding a missing cache of Thaleron triggers. Our best information places them on Nimbus 3. We're also getting increasing reports of Tal Shar activity on the planet. Naturally, we want to keep the triggers out of the hands of Hakeeb and the Tal Shar. But I'd also like to know exactly what they're doing on the planet of galactic peace. Nimbus 3 has been a derelict planet for many years now, and it has only gotten worse under the influence of the Orion Syndicate. Hassan the Undying has turned the planet into his personal fiefdom. Both Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force have sent people to investigate, but they haven't found much. Our operatives have been following leads provided by an itinerant trader there named Horace Jones. So far, nothing's turned up. If you're feeling up to it, perhaps you'll have better luck.
I don't remember being indoctrinated. Interesting. I'm up to the task, Sub-Commander. I want a shot at Hakeeb.
Time is short. What do you need of me?
Okay, so Nimbus 3 is priority, but I reckon should go and check out
I know
some...
you weren't involved personally, but Datan was using your colony, among others, as part of his terrorist network. I have seen Tal Shiar documents saying that Viranat was a prime site for weapons development. If so, that is probably why it was attacked. You're still grieving over the loss of your home, the deaths of your friends. I know what that's like. Now you need to go back there and find the proof, so you'll know the true nature of the man you're working for.
Okay. I'll accept that. Okay, so we've got the mission at Nimbus 3, mission back at Veronat, and also we've got to head down to New Romulus. To sort out some of the stuff to do with the crew. In the meantime, we've got a bunch of new stuff, and I do need to start dropping things off at my character's bank. Because that's a better weapon. Okay, and some of these items go on the ship. Okay, this one gives us plus 15% turn rating. And Starship control. Engine battery, shield battery, auxiliary battery. These are sort of pretty much sort of like consumables, so I'm not too keen on those. No, that's one of the weapons that I had specially made for me, so that close. So that reduces control effects. Devices will go here. I don't plan on really using them, but just get some out of the inventory. And yeah, got some points to spend. Again, starship stuff. Okay, choose maximum hull capacity or systems repair. So plus 10 to hull strength or plus 50 resistance to duration of subsystem offline effects. Subsystem repair. And I've been going in the wrong direction. Anyway, I believe that's all we have time for in this session. So as always, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment in the comments section, and until next time, beware of people that fire purple stuff out of their eyes.